Hi guys, Ethereal Awakening here, doing an individual zodiac sign reading. This one is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Check your North Node. I just want to say thank you to all of the new subscribers. Thank you so much. It feels so good to be in service, doing what I'm just being kind of called and nudged to do, and to put out any information that might help the collective. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And without further ado, we will jump right in. Spirit, what messages do we have for Gemini? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the sign of Gemini. Spirit, what messages are there for Gemini? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the sign of Gemini. Just saw all over, so. Ooh, Ace of Swords. Spirit, thank you in advance. All right, so current energy is the Three of Pentacles, along with the Two of Rods. Trying to manifest something, a new collaboration. Want to work with someone. In your heart space, Three of Swords, along with the Seven of Pentacles. Really reflecting back on cycles that you're finding yourself in, and recognizing what the purposes of them were. Nine of Pentacles is the possible outcome. And Strength. Beautiful energy here. What you might not be aware of, underlying energy, Five of Pentacles, Five of Swords, and Four of Cups. So, this energy here, ooh, I believe that this Five of Swords here, this win at all costs kind of attitude, with the five, these are fives, and then there's the Four of Cups, so not seeing the forest through the trees. So I think, honestly, this energy here is more along the lines of, win at all costs, depending on what you're fighting for. There are times when it's not so much that you're right, but that you're aligned with the righteous, if that makes sense. Like, if you know that you've done everything you could, but people are still battling with you, or you feel like you're not getting through, or you feel like, it really don't, at some point, it doesn't matter what other people's opinions are. If you know that what you're doing is on the right track, you will be alone. This is, I believe, is that energy, because you're recognizing with this Five of Pentacles and that underlying energy and that change that you want to go through. This is very much, because these two cards is wanting something new to come together, and seeing how maybe past ways of thinking and past ways of being and beliefs are getting in the way. So this is taking the higher road and saying, you know what, I'm going to do what I need to do to get myself healed and be in alignment to pull in something different than I've had in the past. So this comes, excuse me, also is the energy of your opinion of what I'm doing is not required. It's kind of like, because you see the guys walking off in the background there, and it's like this guy in the front with the cloak on. I like to think of the cloak as kind of being like that same cloak that the hermit wears. Like, I have to do this for me. I can't keep fighting you guys, because never fight an angry man. You're not going to win. So I'm just going to take my things and go, so that I can reflect and look at the bigger picture, which is the Four of Cups. This is, there's three cups here, but you're focused on one. Well, I'm focused on mine now. Because this energy of being left out and excluded, it also comes with the spiritual path. And when you see in this current energy, it's that recognition that this, whatever you want to come together, is a slow, that slow climb up a hill that takes First, the Two of Wands, the Two of Rods here, where God is taking one away and saying, you know your path, Gemini. Your path to get what you want to come together is a solo, it's an internal job. And then you're really reflecting on things that have hurt you and things that have been disappointment, because you don't want those disappointments anymore. You're seeing the path as being a change in you that you have to make all alone, reflecting back on past hurts. Not the individual nature of them, all the little details and nitty gritty, but seeing the big picture, going, oh my gosh, if I'd have loved myself, I wouldn't have been in that position. If I'd have had more respect for myself, I wouldn't have left myself at that job for that long. You know, that kind of energy. And you're really looking at it for what it is, not how it hurt you, because yes, it hurt, because that hurt was trying to get you to pay attention to yourself. And then in your possible outcome, you've got this beautiful Nine of Pentacles with the Strength card. I will say that this is Spirit saying you have had this strength in you all along to be this Nine of Pentacles, this beautiful, independent energy where you get to enjoy what you've earned. You get the faith that comes with, you know, understanding from an intuitive level. You know, she didn't get to the Nine of Pentacles because she screwed all of her friends and, you know, she just, you know, got to the top of the hill. No, she has that falcon there. And I always want to draw in on that falcon, because you don't get to call off a falcon to go do, you know, a chore for you and expect it's going to come back by ruling this, you know, falcon, you're going to do what I want. And, you know, it's more of an understanding and a respect and a reciprocity between her and an animal that comes from an intuitive knowing. And again, with the Strength card, how does she tame that beast with just her bare hands? It's this intuitive understanding and respect for these creatures who we all share in a connected manner. And this is the strength and the independence and the faith that comes from walking this. It's not going to feel good at first. I guarantee that this is not for the faint of heart. The spiritual path is not for the faint of heart. But it's worth it. You know, it's reflecting back on things that hurt because they need to heal. It's recognizing that you might lose some friends along the way, but you're seeing the bigger picture. You might feel a little left out of the cold from time to time, but it's part of this building up and wanting to get, it's the first steps in wanting to pull to you what you really deserve and what you really want. You don't want to be in relationships, in work situations anymore that are just dead on arrival. You know, that, you know, you never really have somebody there for you. There's nothing to really connect to. And even when it comes to career, you do something that you love doing and you don't even recognize that you're working when you're doing it. And so that's that pull into this job's not for me. I'm not feeling like that. This is dragging on. So I'm going to pull an advice card from the Chapel of Sacred Mirrors by Alice Gray. Spirit, what advice do we have for Gemini? Spirit, what advice do we have for Gemini? All right. Perfect. We've got the Caucasian Man card. Skin, largest organ of the physical anatomy, details our individuality. Inner systems exist similarly in all people, regardless of race or sex. Skin makes our differences obvious, identifying self as other races and sexes. Feeling prejudices and sympathies arise, integrating with our collective human family. Light skin, light hair, light eyes from the northern hemisphere. White brother, reflect on your history, imagine your future. Reflection on action. And this is very much the advice that Spirit's trying to pull through for this one, is that this is a call to action and to really start changing these thought patterns and ways of, you know, cutting out what no longer serves you so that you can pull in what does. I hope this has helped, Jim. Next time.